the first time the woman taught her son to hunt in the mountains. Unexpectedly, she shot the national teacher who was on an incognito visit with one arrow. The son immediately thought he had killed someone and hurried to remind the woman. However, the woman could tell he was not dead, but only unconscious, so she hurried to take him home and cured his injuries. To her surprise, when the national teacher woke up, he was shocked to find that the woman's husband, who had been in a coma for 3 years, was the great general the emperor had been looking for. Little did he know that the woman's identity was even more mysterious. It turned out that the woman was a top agent from the 21st century. On this day, she had just wiped out a group of criminals. As she was a big fan of short dramas, she was scrolling through short dramas while casually throwing a grenade to destroy the den. But the next second, she realized there were still hostages in the den. An innocent boy even picked up the grenade. For her and Calder's sister, the woman rushed over desperately, but it was too late. With a loud explosion, several people were blown into the air at the same time. On the other side, in ancient times, a pair of brother and sister were planning to sell their unconscious vicious stepmother to human traffickers. It was only because, if they didn't sell her, the stepmother would beat them to death. But just then, the human traffickers had evil intentions towards the two children to Dot. Just as the two were about to be knocked unconscious, the vicious stepmother suddenly woke up. It turned out that the woman had traveled through time and entered the vicious stepmother's body right after she died. At this moment, the original owner's memories emerged in her mind. The original owner was a notorious, vicious stepmother in the surrounding villages. The children's father had bought her to take care of the two kids before he fell into a coma, but she abused the two children every day and often beat them until their bodies were covered with bruises. Finally, on this day, the two children could no longer stand it. They followed their uncle's advice and knocked her unconscious. However, just as they were about to sell her to human traffickers, the woman, the agent, traveled through time and took over the body. Thinking of these memories, the woman suddenly felt a sense of familiarity. She then realized that she had actually traveled into the short drama she had just watched. Seeing the stepmother wake up again, the responsible boy quickly stood in front of his younger sister and said he would take revenge for whatever she wanted, thinking that she had taken over the original owner's body. The woman immediately decided to raise the two children well on behalf of the original owner.